Chance of showers Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 56, wind gusts to 29. Chance of rain and snow showers Thursday, partly sunny, high of 42.
Hey, sports fans, huddle up. It's time for the DQ Pigskin Report. A weekly football show with the head coaches at Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln counties. The Center College head coach. Plus an update from the UK football coach. The Pigskin Report. Brought to you by DQ. Happy tastes good. State Farm Insurance. Here to help life go right. Whitaker Bank. Uniquely Kentucky. CC Auto Parts and Service. An Auto Value Certified Service Center. Essity, a global leading hygiene and health company. Now, with the DQ Pigskin Report, here are your hosts, Rick Schobel and Joe Mathis.
Good evening from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Home of the two-piece fish dinner. Comes with fries and toast, just $4.99 on sale this month. One of the many great buys. How about this November regular double cheeseburger or half price, $2.45. Combo at just $5.25 for the month of November. Joe, you got some breaking news. Would you like to go ahead and let our listeners know about it?
Sure, yeah, I can do that. I got confirmation today from Danville head coach Frank Parks that he has resigned as the Danville head coach. So Danville's going to be looking for what will be their fourth head coach in a 6-year period. You know, you had obviously Coach Clevenger, who was there through the 2020 season. He's coach 1, 2021, 2022 was Coach Peach. That's number 2. 2023 and 24 was Coach Parks. That's number 3. And so 2025 will be a new head coach for Danville. So his tenure ends 0-22 record, and was dealt a tough hand, I think, for the most part, and certainly had his work cut out for him. And I'll say this about Coach Parks: it's tough enough to go on the radio after a loss in any game, and he every single Monday, every single morning, I talked to him during the season, regardless of whether regardless of whether they scored no points or they scored 50 points and lost, and was willing to talk and was very gracious and was very classy. And I told him that in a text and said, I respect everything that you've done, and I'll be rooting for you everywhere you go because you treated us very well, and we certainly hope the same for you, and wishing you the best of luck in the future.
Yep, he tried. He it just didn't work. Was it all his fault? No, it wasn't all his fault. The mess was created before he got there.
Oh, yeah.
But it just didn't get any better. And you got a bunch of young players coming up, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names being floated around right now, and we'll just have to see what happens with it. We went 3-2, by the way, this week.
Yeah. I will say about the Danville job, my opinion on it, I think that people look at it and see they've lost 22 in a row, and I don't think you can look at it that way. I think there's going to be some buzz around the job. Number one, they're still an 11-time state champion. Number 2, you got basically every playmaker coming back next year. I mean, you look at the roster for Danville, and there's not a whole lot of offensive stats. There were games that didn't do very well offensively, but the players that made plays are back next year. Your quarterback is a freshman. Your best player offensively is a sophomore. Probably your second best playmaker is a sophomore. Your third best is a junior, right? So you got guys coming back, and then on top of that, you got a great 8th grade class coming in. So I think there should be some interest in the job from some pretty qualified candidates.
Yep. Well, we've heard some buzz. We'll see how it all shakes out. Well, let's go over to UK. Coach Stoops, much needed win over a not very good Murray State team, 48-6.
It feels good to get back in the win column. Told you last Monday, I felt like our team is in a better place. Trying to get some guys healthy, coming off the bye, playing a non-SEC school. Getting a victory, trying to go 2-0 in that last third of the season, just trying to finish strong. We need to play our best football of the year. Obviously, again, another great opportunity, another great challenge going into Texas. Coach Sark got them playing at a very high level, a very good football team that he's been building for some time. I think it's evident they have a lot of continuity. I think it's the only Power 4 school in the country that's had the same offensive coordinator, same head coach, and same defensive coordinator. So they have continuity, and that it shows both in their recruiting portal, the additions that they got in the portal, especially offensively. Look at their wideouts, a couple guys they got added to a dynamic wide receiver group. But just a good football team, top to bottom. Obviously, with play calling, very creative, very good, very well coached in all areas. And for us, again, I feel like we got to build on, where we're at, getting healthy, the last part of the season, coming off the bye. I think we're in a good place. For us, the challenge has been consistency. It's not been competitiveness. We've been competitive against some of the best teams in the country. We just have to be more consistent. That's what we're striving to do, and we're striving to give them our best shot and play our best ball. And that's what we're looking to do, to build on that and have a great week and go in there and let it rip and play another great team in a great environment. That'll be another big challenge, but it's another big opportunity as well. There's no excuses in our area of the kind of the inconsistency. Look at our league. I bet you there's not one news conference where they haven't had to answer that question. If you think about it, right? You know what I mean? The totality of what you go through in this league is hard, and it drains you. And that's why there's ups and downs. And you see it. You saw Kirby talking about it. I mean, they've had a brutal schedule. It is very difficult to play at the level that they played last Saturday every Saturday. I don't care if you're those guys, and they're beasts. I mean, they're great, and there's a lot of really good teams in this league. And as coaches, we feel that frustration. And to each of us, to myself, I'm just worried about our team and our fan base and our group. Like, I understand the frustration of inconsistency. It's a challenge. It's hard. We need to worry about our team and what we're doing and how we build this team and what we do to move forward and how we have the depth that you need to play at that level, because it takes extremely intense preparation and a really good plan, and then guys playing extremely hard and then executing and playing at a high level.
That's UK head football coach Mark Stoops, and Cats have got to win their last two to get bowl eligible, and it starts off in Austin, Texas this Saturday.
Number 3, Texas. Ooh.
Yeah, yikes.
Well, would that be a huge upset?
Yeah. No, in UK, it's like them to go and do something like that, win their last 2 games, get bowl eligible in the year. We've all been disappointed with them. Speaking of college teams that have not been disappointed, Center College, and we'll talk with head coach Andy Fry coming up next, and Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield as well. They're right around the corner on the DQ Pigskin Report. Here live at the Harrisburg Dairy Queen, we have Super Dave, and Tim and Teresa and the Padre, and Radio Rick and myself, Joe Mathis, here live from the Harrisburg Dairy Queen, talking high school football on 99.5 FM WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and HometownLive.net.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrisburg, David Hopewell and Randy Couch.
Mike Gay here. Everyone at SD is cheering for our local high school teams this season. We're proud to be a sponsor and are rooting for your success both athletically and professionally. Good luck. Have a great season. And from SD in Harrodsburg and Danville, we're behind you all the way. For more information about our commitment to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place and learn more about our job opportunities, visit sd.com/careers. That's ESSITY.com/careers. sd.com/careers.
This Saturday, Kentucky! It's time to get out the lasso and do some steer-taming.
That's what we're about to do! Go Big Blue!
Texas Longhorns and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday at 1:30 with kickoff at 3:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ-FM C105.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre. I'm the relationship banker for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
And we are live. Joe Mathis and yours truly here at the Harrisburg DQ. Country ham sandwich all day. BLTs all day. 2 for $5 snacks. $7 meals all day. They've got the Blizzard flavor of the month, Oreo fudge brownie, yum yum, and the Crave for any occasion is the DQ Blizzard Cakes. All right, let's head over to Center College. And Coach Fry, you thumped Sewanee 35-8, giving you an 8-2 record and a first bye in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm somewhat surprised that we got the bye, but then again, I understand why we got the bye. We have a tri-championship with Trinity and Berry, but our rating was so much higher because we've got two teams in the playoffs that we fortunately won, Maryville and Trinity, so that kind of pushed us so that we got a bye, which I'm thrilled because right now we're a mash unit. I mean, we've got to heal up. It's a long season. You get injuries, and then those injuries become kind of more of they show up every week. At least now I feel like we got a week where we can kind of rest and then work on the fundamentals and work on our game plan and do the things, but we don't feel like we're pressed like we would have been if we're playing this Saturday because, everybody that just played last week now, they got to turn around and get ready for the next week, and I get 2 weeks to prepare for our game in Pittsburgh.
So it's going to be in Pittsburgh versus Carnegie Mellon.
Yeah, great school academically. They've done a great job there. They've been in the playoffs. I mean, they're very good. I would say they're very similar academically to us, but Carnegie Mellon would probably say they're a little different than us academically, but I get it. I mean, we're both top-tier institutions, whole chronicle of higher learning, and I'm thrilled that we're playing a great football team and a very good school. They'll be good, but then again, I don't want to downplay us. I think we're getting better and better. If you had told me at the beginning of the year that we would be in the championship and get a bye in our first round, I go, ooh, that's really being optimistic. And you know what? The kids earned it. They did it. You want the kids to go out there and play aggressively and play hard and play a little nasty in them, but you don't want to be cheap. You want them to play. That's what the game calls for. It's a collision sport, and that's the joy of it.
Just because you're in Division III, Coach, doesn't mean that you all don't play a hard physical game, because you do.
Oh, no question. The only difference between the Division I and Division III, and in my opinion, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, one, we're talking about monies that are just out of the wazoo, so there's so much resource of help and so much resource. Two is you are dealing with really, really good athletes who happen to be bigger. I don't know if the speed is so much different. It's just the size of the speed. I've always said this. Our offensive line is probably averages 270, 275. Well, up the road, they're 310 average, but they run. But so do ours. Our guys can run them in a 40 and be just as fast. So the collisions are going at the same speed. It's just, they're just bigger. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. And then there's always, in Division I, everybody's got what they call dudes that are going to play in the National Football League, and those guys are even different than everybody else. I mean, you've seen that. When UK has dudes, they're pretty good.
That's Center College head football coach Andy Fry. Carnegie Mellon.
I think they'll carve them up.
Hope so. They're in Pittsburgh. Carnegie Mellon is Pittsburgh area. So they'll be spending the Saturday.
Mellon.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
They'll be spending the Saturday after Thanksgiving there at Carnegie Mellon. Let's go to the high school ranks. And Garrett County head coach Spencer Crutchfield joins us. And coach, for a quarter and a half, your Golden Lions led 7-0 versus a powerful Louisville Central team.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, we were able to get the ball and drive one down and stick it in, and that's kind of our game plan. And all week, is we wanted to limit them as much as possible having the ball, and wanted to drive and try to sustain the run game, just to keep the ball away from them, just because they're so explosive offensively. And we were able to execute that first drive and go down 7-0. Actually, held them the second drive, their first drive, and actually had a touchdown call back for us to go up 14-0. But you got to give those guys a lot of credit. And we put them in a couple of bad situations, and it seemed like they always just made the play when they needed to. And like you said, they're a really, really good football team.
Yeah, you had the touchdown call back, and you had a drive as well with a pass interference call in the end zone that gave you all a first down there. And at that point, Coach, I don't remember what the official stats said, but I think Caleb and Scott, who called the game for us on the radio station, said something like time of possession. You all were just about, flawlessly executing your game plan. You're driving down the field, you scored, you got the ball inside the 10, and Louisville Central hardly had the football for the first, 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like we just said, that was part of the game plan, and you got to give our guys a lot of credit. They executed. We weren't able to sustain that the second half. We went up in the half 7-6, and they came out first play and broke a long run on us, and just weren't able to get back over the hump. And like I said, you got to give Louisville Central a lot of credit, and Coach Dantzler a lot of credit. A lot of great athletes and very well coached.
And Coach, it's been a great year for you all. 8-4 on the year. You had a string of games where you won, I think, 7 of 8 midway point of the season through the first round playoff win against E-Town. When you look at the seniors on this year's team, Coach, and you've had some really, really good players over the last 3 or 4 years or so, but you look at some of the guys on this year's team, Cameron Peak, who's a senior, Malachi Simmons, who's a senior. How much do guys like that, Jagger Wood, who's a senior, mean to the program when they're coming out, they're Garrett County through and through, and they're playing as hard as they can for the Golden Lions?
Well, I mean, those guys are huge, and the senior class, I told them that they're a special group. They've been through some ups and downs. They had 2-3 win seasons in a row there, and it's been easy to kind of give in and give up, but that's not how they're built. And, that's just credit to the senior class and type of leaders that we have, just like a Nate Daugherty, Trenton Nice, and like you said, Malachi, Cam, Jagger, all those guys, Wyatt Fielder, they just continue to battle, continue to work in the weight room, and that's a testament to the type of character that they have.
Real quickly, Coach, when you play Louisville Central on Friday, we know about their explosive speed. Just quickly talk about how good of a team they are, and they have one of the best running backs in the state, in Cortez Stone, who I believe is still uncommitted. How good of a player is he, and Louisville Central's chances, you think, at maybe winning a Class 3A state championship?
Well, they're just so talented. They're so fast, overall team speed. We haven't played anybody like that all year long, and we've played some talented teams, but those guys just bring in it's a different level of speed that we don't really see around here a whole lot. I guess the closest team you would think would be Bull, and they have a lot of team speed as well, but it just seems like every guy that they bring off can just absolutely run and can move and is very athletic. And then, I think they have a really good shot. The Stone kid is, like you said, he's an unbelievable back. I don't know exactly what happened to him, but he went out there and late in the second quarter against us and never played again. So hopefully he's okay, and hopefully he comes back. And like you said, he's a big-time prospect.
We know, Coach, obviously it stings to lose a playoff game, but what you all accomplished this year, we mentioned 8 wins. It's the most since 2014. First playoff win for Garrett since 2017. What has it meant to you to see the growth of these guys this year, and what does this mean for the Garrett County community to look up? They got a football team that was really good this year and won 8 games.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's huge for our program overall. Like you said, we definitely didn't want to lose, and we're not into the moral victories of playing teams close. But like you said, overall arching goal for our program, I think is a huge step forward for us. Seeing that all the hard work and the dedication is paying off, and that we're able to, we were able to string some wins together, have a playoff win, and get our community back behind us, and have an undefeated home record is also huge for us. So definitely positive for our program going forward.
And it's awesome to have a new stadium, and you can say, we played 1 full year basically in the new stadium and haven't lost a game there yet.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. And I think that was kind of a mindset thing for our guys. Want to protect our home field, and it was big for our community as well, being able to seeing us have some success at home.
Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, we appreciate you being on, and we'll call you next Monday to do the Garrett County Senior Salute. That's Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. Coach, appreciate you being on, and Rick got tickled there.
Yeah, I did. What you did to Super Dave.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll come back. We got Mercer County head football coach Craig East. We have Danville head football coach, or I guess now former Danville head football coach Frank Parks, who will join us for the Danville Admiral Senior Salute as well. Back after this on the Dairy Queen Pigskin Report on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and HometownLive.net.
CC Auto Parts and Service is a difference. We get it. No appointment necessary. Fast, friendly auto service every time. We'll have you in and out, hassle-free. Brakes, engines, and service of every kind. With free pickup and free delivery. CC Auto Parts and Service is a difference. We get it.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell and Randy Couch. And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
You want to save some money and have something great to eat. Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill, two-piece fish dinner. Comes with fries and toast, just $4.99. It's on sale the month of November. They have the regular double cheeseburgers are half price, $2.45. Combo it up for just $5.25. Just a couple of specials at your Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Let's stay right here in Harrodsburg, Mercer County. Coach East, you were just down 2 scores at the half, but Cows showed why they're back-to-back state champs, winning 49-22.
Yeah, we were down 2 scores, and we had our opportunities. But, you know, when you're playing two-time defending state champion team and they have some great players and some excellent coaches, you got to capitalize on the mistakes that they make and then not make mistakes. And, that, you know, we're not quite there yet, but I'm proud of my team, and we'll continue to get better in the offseason as we move forward.
Within 2 scores, but the athletes, they have 49-22 final score. I wish you could have had one more game or two before you had to face that powerhouse. And it was no accident, like you said, they've won 2 state championships in a row.
I mean, Rick, you know, we had 11 games prior to that to play, to be prepared for that. So, I mean, there's no excuses on our end. They're just a better football team than us all the way through. They showed why they're right up there in the top of our class in 3A football in the state of Kentucky, and arguably one of the better teams, top 10 teams in the state of Kentucky. So my hat goes off to them. Sometimes you just go out and play a team, jump out quick, and you throw some punches, and when you throw those punches, you got to be able to sustain them because they're going to continue to keep punching because they know how to win. We just got to learn to continue to fight and get a little bit better as we continue to move forward in the offseason, compete a little bit harder, focus on how we can become a program that makes it beyond the second round of the playoffs.
We as fans, Coach, you sometimes look, I don't care what team, if it's Kentucky or whoever it is, sometimes you say, man, they just didn't play good. We don't sometimes get enough credit to the other team because sometimes the other team makes you do things that you don't normally do or want to do.
Yeah, or they take things away from you. I mean, at the end of the day, I've said it again and again, they were just better than us. They're just a really good football team, and I expect them to make a run.
Is this the best team you've played all year?
I don't know if it's the best team I played all year, but they were certainly the best team that we played last week. It looks like they've got all of their talent back. So, yeah, I would say that's the best team we played all year. Absolutely.
So what's the schedule now for Coach East and the 2025 Mercer County Football Titans?
It's been a long year. Today we'll come in and do that old dreaded turn your equipment in and everybody say bye and all that good stuff. Then we'll schedule some exit meetings for the end of this week, and then we'll be off for a while. We'll have young men that'll go to the wrestling program, hopefully. I'm going to definitely encourage that. And then we'll have some young men that'll move on to the basketball program, which I'll also encourage. And then hopefully we'll have some young men that'll move on to the indoor track program, which I will also encourage them to do. So I'm encouraging our guys to play every sport that they possibly can, because the more you compete, the better you have the opportunity to be. It's natural cross training, and I just feel like more young people out there need to focus more on playing all the sports as opposed to just playing one sport. Well, you never know. I feel like if you play them all and you compete hard in all of them, it's another thing that helps you become a better person, a better human being.
We appreciate you being a part of it. Next week, we'll wrap it up. We'll do your senior salute. That'll be a wrap for 2024, the Mercer County Football Titans.
All right, Rick. Sounds good, man. I appreciate you, and go Titans.
There you go, Mercer County head coach Craig Yeast, and Titans season ends at the hands of Christian Academy of Louisville.
Yeah, if they could just wait another game or two, give Mercer County, because they've been 2 years early, they've got to the playoffs, too, second round, but again, it went into a buzzsaw.
They just match up with that sister district, which has Cal and Louisville Central in it.
Yep.
And that's tough. We go to Danville and talk with former head coach Frank Parks, and at the point we talked with Coach Parks earlier this morning, he was the current head coach. But either way, I think he would have done the senior salute regardless.
Yeah.
I remember a couple years ago when Coach Peach stepped down as head coach. He came on the air after he had already stepped down to make sure the seniors that were on his team that year got the recognition they deserve. And I know Coach Parks would have done the same thing with this. But he was on earlier today, and when we talked with Coach Parks, and Coach, time for the Admiral Senior Salute. Well, I'll give you the name of a senior, and you tell me what he's meant to the program. We'll start off with number 7, Kyron Coleman.
Yes, Kyron, he's a kid that only has played football like a couple years. Didn't start playing in high school till last year, but was very athletic, strong kid. He was one of those guys that we played at multiple positions because of his size and strength and his ability to move. He's one of those guys that if he would have started earlier, I thought he could have been a guy who played at the next level, probably at a pretty good size school because of his athleticism and things of that nature. We tried him at several different spots, and he started off the year as a defensive back, ended up playing some linebacker, and he was just one of those guys that started late and probably would have started soon, would have had a chance to do some things at the next level.
Next one up, Coach, number 10, Austin Oyao.
So he moved here from Nevada about 2 or 3 weeks after we started playing. Came out, hard-working kid. He just, got here late, so never really had a true opportunity to maybe get into the swing of things. But he got in on a couple special teams and things of that nature. But he always showed up and worked hard.
You said he moved here from where?
Nevada.
From Nevada? Do you know how he found his way to Danville from Nevada?
I do not. I do not.
Yeah, a long move. Well, glad to have him aboard this year's team and wearing the Admiral Blue. Next one up, Coach, number 16, Caleb Wilcher.
Caleb, man, this guy's one of the hardest workers we have, most consistent football players that we have since I've been here, and he has a real shot playing at that next level. So Caleb was just one of those guys that was passionate and hard work. You couldn't ask for a better kicker, and with a great mindset. So this is one guy who really, I think, elevated each year and every day. So I think he'll have a bright future at the next level.
Yeah, I was looking through some of the stats, Coach. I'm going to see if I can find that stat. Here it was. Last September of 28th of 2023, I had tweeted out Caleb Wilcher, just this phenomenal number. He went 2 for 2 that night on onside kicks and was 5 for 5 up to that point of the year on onside kicks. To show you how ridiculous that is, the NFL average that season was 5.3%. NFL kickers were 3 for 56 on onside kicks, and he went 5 for 5 up to that point last year.
He could do some great things with the ball, and, we punted quite a bit, and he hit some really good punts, too. So he's just only going to get better, and he can do all 3 phases. That's what makes him a viable recruit at the next level.
Number 62, Aiden Lanigan.
Aiden Lanigan, he's one of those guys last year that, started at center, ended up moving him around a little bit, started playing a little bit more defense last year. This year, he got hurt about game 4, was playing offensive guard at some defense, and then when it came back, ended up going back to center these last few weeks. So he was a guy who just was willing to do whatever we needed, whether it was offense, defensive side. I mean, he went from 2 or 3 different positions on the offensive line. So, you know, he was just a team player, you know. I always try to lead by example, worked hard. So he did a lot to, you know, to fill in wherever we needed. So those are the type of guys you need on the team.
Number 71, Josiah Israel.
Josiah, he's another one of those very consistent guys. Showed up all the time, worked hard, didn't say a lot, but continuously learned and got better. And, you know, I think if he had another year, he could have really made some noise. He played well this year, but I think he just continued to grow and get better. And I think he has the opportunity to play some small college football, and you will be able to see him just grow and grow because he's kind of got that late start when it came to playing time. But he was just one of our most consistent and pleasant guys to be around. He was no nonsense, hard work, showed up every day and, you know, did what we asked him to do. There was one more senior that moved in here too, Antonio Galls. He's another kid who moved in from North Carolina. He didn't get to play till late, but I didn't want to leave him off. So he was another guy who just came in late, had a little, didn't get to do a whole lot because, you know, how late he was ruled eligible and things of that nature. But I didn't want to leave him off because he came and showed up, even when he wasn't ruled eligible yet, come to practice. So I wanted to make sure we recognize him as well.
I think, Coach, people listening to this interview, first of all, probably shocked. I mean, that's the last senior on the team. So this was not a senior-heavy team. But then when I'm looking at the roster right now, I see guys that were major playmakers for you all that got the bulk of the playing time that are sophomores, juniors, your quarterback's a freshman. So just real quickly, Jatavian Beasley's back next year, Shandon Carter, Trendon Sellers, Jakaven Walker, Nathan Doyer, quarterback, Nolan Bryant, let's see, Sasha Wade is back next year. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? So, like, you've got guys who have played major minutes the last 2 years, continuing to get better as the year progresses, as the year went on, and they're going to be expected to contribute even more next year.
Most of the guys who played this year and got the bulk of the time and carries are those sophomores and those juniors, like you said, the Trendon Sellers, the Beasleys, Sasha, who, you know, started playing football in the 8th grade, and his growth has been tremendous. So a lot of those young guys has accumulated a lot of experience and playing time throughout the last couple years.
Danville head coach Frank Parks. Coach, we appreciate your time every Monday being on with us, talking Danville football and giving these seniors a shout-out here tonight as well. And we'll talk to you later, okay?
All right.
Well, that's the former head football coach of Danville, Frank Parks, as he stepped down today. Those of you may be just joining us right now. So the search is on for his successor. And you won't find a better successor than come to Dairy Queen, because they've got a fish sandwich that's $3.99, combo for just $6.99. That's on sale for November. Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burgers, Parmesan Garlic Chicken Strip Baskets, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Basket. I've got to try that. That really sounds good. And don't forget the double cheeseburgers are half price in November, $2.45, comboed up just $5.25. We have got Coach Rogers of Lincoln, Coach Haddix of Boyle, warming up in the bullpen as we take you out now to the land of our sponsors. You are getting the DQ Pigskin Report on FM 99.5 WHBN, FM 103.9 FM WHIR, and stream live at hometownlive.net.
Are you considering a new home purchase or maybe a remodel? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Jason Tyler. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. As part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-734-3316 and let me show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Big Deal's online store invites you to a magical holiday experience. See the Smokies' most spectacular light display and a lineup of live Christmas shows that celebrate the true meaning of Christmas, all at Dollywood. Experience millions of lights, award-winning shows, and a winter wonderland featuring a 50-foot video motion Christmas tree. There's nothing like Dollywood at Christmas time. An amazing parade of 5 million lights, holiday decorations, and a lineup of shows that will put you in the holiday spirit. You can be our guest for Christmas in the Smokies at Dollywood. Big Deal's online store is giving away family 4-packs of admission tickets. Just register to win by visiting Big Deal's online store at hometownlive.net. No purchase necessary. Visit often and sign up every day to increase your odds of winning. We'll draw for winners every week, now through December 6th. Thanks for shopping at Big Deal's online store and enjoy the holidays on us at Dollywood. Register now to win at hometownlive.net. Good luck and happy holidays.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
What kind of tires do we keep at CC Auto? Cooper, Michelin, Nitto, Hankook, Firestone, Bridgestone, Toyo, General, Yokohama, and many more. We've just added the new line of Mastercraft tires, and we are also a Goodyear National Account dealer. We keep lawn and garden tires in stock, as well as farm implement tubes and tires. We have a farm service truck to meet the needs of our farmers. Call us at CC Auto today, 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
Mike Gay here. Everyone at SD is cheering for our local high school teams this season. We're proud to be a sponsor and are rooting for your success both athletically and professionally. Good luck. Have a great season. And from SD in Harrodsburg and Danville, we're behind you all the way. For more information about our commitment to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place and learn more about our job opportunities, visit sd.com/careers. That's ESSITY.com/careers. sd.com/careers.
This Saturday, it's time to get out the lasso and do some steer-tainment.
That's what we're about to do. Go Big Blue.
Texas Longhorns and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday at 1:30 with kickoff at 3:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ-FM C105.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
Joe Mathis and Radio Rick live from the Harrisburg Dairy Queen along with
Duper Save.
And Teresa and Tim.
Super Save.
Duper Save.
Duper Save.
Yeah. And the Padres here as well. We're talking high school football and talking with the area football coaches.
Did you get TNT?
Yeah, TNT's here. Did I?
Okay.
Maybe I didn't say
I don't know
that.
if you've said that or not.
Here.
I may have misheard that.
Tim made up a menu item today.
He meant up. He
just know he went and
made
just
up
said,
with TNT,
which I guess my dad kind of did too. He got a chili burger. That's not really on the menu, but Tim went up to the register and he came back and had a big cup and it was pink. And I was like, what is that, a strawberry milkshake? And he said,
no, it wasn't, the cup was pink, but the stuff in it was pink.
And he said, it's not a strawberry milkshake, it's a slushy and ice cream. I was like, what is that? He's like, I don't know, I just made it up.
Strawberry slushy.
It's a slushy with just ice cream, and you just mixed it up. And so Tim says it's great. So if you want to try the Tim Big Special, come in. I don't know if they would know what you're talking about if you say the Tim Big Special, but just tell them you want a strawberry slushy and ice cream on it. And there you go. You can have what Tim Big said.
The big pink slushy.
Big slushy.
The
big slushy.
Big pink slushy.
I like it. All right, let's talk with Lincoln County head football coach Levi Rogers. And last week, we started the senior salute with Coach Rogers, but we ran out of time. So we had the first half of Lincoln County senior salute last week, and now we're going to have the second half this week. And Coach Rogers, let's finish your senior salute. I'll say the name of a senior. You tell me what he meant to the program, starting off with number 25, Colby Towns.
Colby's one that, kicked for us for all 4 years. He's
He's done something, it's not easy being the kicker. A lot of times you're over there by yourself. You got to put the work in by yourself, just kicking, doing things. And Kobe did just that. He's another one, didn't miss off-season work, not one day of it. I mean, raised right, does things the right way, shows up every single day, ready to go. Starting kicker for us, but I turn around and look, and sometimes I have to get him off. I mean, he'd be running scout team running back, scout team receiver. So, really happy that we had Kobe. He had a big year for us this year. I think I only missed one extra point, if I'm not wrong, all year long, and then was 100% on field goals. So another one that, shows what hard work does for you. Voted to the all-district team as well, and just really proud of Kobe.
Number 40, Jordan Potts.
Jordan Potts, ball of energy is what I'll give him. You can't deny it. Everybody loves him. Kid makes you smile every time you talk to him, So really proud of Potts. He's another one that didn't play a ton, played all the special teams, would rotate a little bit in there at linebacker, but you never heard anything out of him. Never complained, never, asked for more playing time, none of that kind of stuff. He's ready to go every single day. Whether it was scout teams, special teams, or starting on defense. He's going to give you everything he had. A little bit undersized in there at linebacker, but, just another one that came to work every single day. And like I said, like a lot of these guys, just smiles and good positive energy in our locker room, and I think that's the reason why it was, I was able to, we were able to, coaching-wise, to kind of get this thing in the right direction, because you got kids like that, and kids like Jordan Potts, they kind of lead by example, so I was really happy to have him.
Number 66, Malachi Stewart.
Malachi Stewart, he's one that played on and off here in high school, and when I got the job, he's one of the first ones I went and found in the hallway. Malachi is one that I remember when I was here the first time, big, good-sized kid, strong kid, really good feet, really athletic to be the size that he is. So, he's a note that came back to work for me, was happy to have him. All the kids were happy to have him. He kind of manned down the middle for us on the defense there, played nose, and kind of that one technique all year long. Did a really good job, had a good season for us, and I think he's another one that is going to have some opportunities to play after high school. So really proud of Malachi and really glad that he came back out to play his senior year for me.
And last one, Coach, number 67, Riley Carrier.
Riley Carrier's another one that just exemplifies hard work. Riley's one that just worked, came out and played as a freshman, sophomore year, and a lot of people didn't know if Riley would ever step foot on the field, but, he worked his butt off in the weight room, just kept working, stayed consistent. He's another one that don't say a whole lot. He just goes to work, and that's what he did for us. And then he ended up, starting left tackle for us, halfway through the year this year. So really proud of Riley. He's one that, another one that I'm proud of in his development, because he's developed as much as anybody, that I've ever coached. So just really happy for him. And I think that hard work's going to go a long way for Riley, after high school.
Lincoln County head football coach Go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. There is one more. I may not have been on the roster that you have, maybe, possibly. There's one more that came out a little bit late for us. His name's Braxton Carpenter. He's another one that he didn't play and actually was homeschooled until we came back. I coached him a little bit as a freshman, but was really happy to get him back his senior year as well. Braxton, he came in, worked extremely hard, played some offensive, defensive line for us in there, a lot of scout team reps for us, and just a really hard worker. I was glad to get him back. He played a little bit for me on defense when I was here the first go-around, and like I said, he kind of went homeschooled there, and then we got him back, and I know all the kids love to have him back in the locker room too, and that's Braxton Carpenter.
Lincoln County head football coach Levi Rogers. Coach, when does the work for 2025 for next season begin for Lincoln County football?
We've already started. Unfortunately, we missed the playoffs there. Young guys started lifting last week, and the older guys started getting some maxes in to go into the off-season work at the end of last week. So they'll do a little bit more this week, and then it's full go for us as far as weight room, all that kind of stuff, off-season work. We're already getting back at it. We got a lot of lot of talent returning, a lot of minutes that played a ton this year returning, and we're excited and ready to go. You know, I was going to give those guys a full week or two off, but they kind of came to me and was already ready to get after it. So we're pretty much already back at it.
Lincoln County head coach Levi Rogers. Coach, we appreciate you being on every Monday talking Lincoln County football with us, and look forward to tracking you all in the offseason and 2025, where we know things are going to get even bigger and better for Lincoln County football, and looking forward to that, Coach. We appreciate your time every Monday, okay?
All righty, thank you.
Well, you know, Joe, that brings me to a point. They went 4-6. They did not deserve a playoff game, but Danville goes 0-10, Casey County goes 0-10. They get playoff games.
Yeah.
And there's some others that were 0-10, a couple others.
Unluck of the draw in Lincoln County's case, and luck of the draw for Danville.
Either it's too many districts or draw another team from another district. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. I don't know if they draw another team from another district is a feasible option, but...
Why?
Because they're not in that district. You just added a team to a district.
But why would you reward a team that goes 0-10?
Hey,
That's not right.
Here's Bowling Green. They didn't make the playoffs, so we'll put them in this district 2.5 hours away or something like that. I mean, I think the most feasible thing amongst what you said is that there's too many teams that make the playoffs. You just limit it to the top 2 seeds instead of having 4 teams that would cut out an entire week of the playoffs. Yeah, we talked about that. I did on the Zaxby show that first week of the playoffs, that Friday night, just the number of games in the first round that are decided by 21 points or more that are essentially blowouts. I think it was like 70% of all games the year before last year were decided, first-round games were decided by 30 points or more. 70% of them, 67%, right? So a wide majority are 4 or 5 touchdowns or more. So that, in terms of what you've said, yeah, like maybe too many teams are making the playoffs. You cut out the first round, but it's a moneymaker, right? You get gate from it and all that. So
yeah, I know. It's all about money. That's what it's all about. It doesn't take into account fairness or balance or what's right. Mm-hmm. It's broken. You need to fix it. Mm-hmm. Well, here's something that's not broke. It doesn't need fixed. This is Boyle County coach Haddix, and it was just a 7-point game halfway through the second quarter until your team took control, scoring 4 touchdowns to help you score a 47-6 win over Letcher County Central.
Yeah, not a pretty game by us. Hats off to Letcher County. They came here ready to play, and we weren't. But, hats off to them. Glad we got it going and pulled out the W.
It almost seems like when you tried that onside kick and didn't get it, it's almost like everybody was upset and mad because you stopped them right then, and then you took over and just took the game over.
Yeah, we couldn't get it done, so got to keep it rolling. Get them back this week. Have a great week of practice. We got a challenge on Friday.
Well, now Maury Brown has sure picked his game up. Almost 250 yards the last 2 out of 3 games. Is this by design? Is this because of you feel like the emphasis put on Tavy?
I think both of them, they know they get opportunities to get the ball. They better make the most of it. And, Maury has done a good job blocking up front and, get the ball in his hands and let him go.
Maury's got 1,344 yards, 16 touchdowns. Tavy's got 641 yards, 11 touchdowns, and he's got 13 touchdowns receiving. That's a heck of a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it is, and we're able to move them around, and they don't care who scores. They just want to win, and, that's the fun thing about it.
Baylor Murphy threw his first interception of the year, but it was a tipped ball, too. He's managed the game pretty well considering given the reins his first year.
He's done a pretty good job. Obviously still a lot of things to improve on, and he works, and he wants to be good. We'll keep getting there. Hopefully we can finish this week and keep rolling, and we get more weeks to work with him.
You've got a very good Cove Catholic team coming in on Friday night. And I was looking at some stats here. The quarterback, he's not played quarterback a whole lot, has he? Cash Harney?
No, this is his first year. He was kind of the backup last year. They did some quarterback run stuff with him, and he started safety receiver, but he's a dynamic athlete with the ball in his hands. They run a lot of option stuff with him, and, he's tough to handle. He can beat you with his feet or his legs, feet or his arm.
Yeah,
he can throw it too.
He's got 1,000 yards rushing, and you got Dylan Gazer, who's got 1,222 yards. He's got 15 touchdowns rushing. Harney's got 16 touchdowns rushing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do a good job, option stuff, of getting guys in space. Both those guys played last year on defense, and now they're carrying the ball a lot for them on offense.
Oliver Link, he's number 4. He's caught 12 passes. He's got 6 touchdowns, so he's one to obviously keep an eye on. But it looks like dominating. They just rush the ball and force you to try to stop them.
Well, Link had been out a little bit. He's gotten back here. He missed a few games, so he was hurt. He's gotten back, and they started throwing a little bit more to him, made him more dynamic. So they've got some weapons they can throw the ball to. They got another receiver, 6'7", 180 pounds. So they've got some weapons they can do, and we're going to get everything they got.
They big up front?
Yes, big up front. They do a good job. They're well coached. They get their hands on you, and they're going to compete.
Defense, they're led by Tate Kruger, who's number 14. He's got 88 tackles, and they're a ball hawk. They got 11 fumble recoveries and 25 interceptions.
Yeah, they get around the ball. The Cash Harney kid plays safety. They've got some other guys that play around there. That 14 played inside backer last year, was their leading tackler last year. They had to replace some guys up front. They've got the quarterback's brother is a sophomore, is a big, good-looking linebacker, number 22. He's playing inside for them. So they've got some weapons that they can play. They're all tall and long, and they get to the ball.
Special teams, how do they look on film?
Pretty good on special teams, just dynamic, kicking the ball. They got those guys back returning kicks, and, those when games are won, they're always solid there.
Everybody pretty healthy going into this game?
Yeah, we're healthy, and, it's time to get rolling.
Keys to a Boyle County victory over Covington Catholic on Friday night.
Well, we've got to stop the run. That's a big thing. Obviously, looking at that, you got to limit the big play. Can't turn the ball over, and we got to sustain drives and finish them in the red zone. Thank you. Go Rebels.
There we go.
There you go. Rebel head coach Justin Haddix. Yeah.
That's a heck of a one. Boy, they're going to be hurting next year for some playmakers. I mean, they got two. And if they key on one, the other's going to burn you.
Yep. Yeah, you saw, actually asked Coach Haddix about this morning when I talked with him on the morning show. I said, Tavy didn't touch the ball that much. He only had 4 touches. He said, yeah, but he scored 2 touchdowns. And I said, well, you can do the math. That's one every other touch. He's scoring a touchdown. If he touches it 10 times in a game, that's 5 touchdowns to this math. So he didn't touch the ball much, but he still made the impact.
And, this is probably what's going to cost him from being Mr. Football, because he doesn't play not even 2 quarters of a game.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to have the gaudy stats that a lot of these other guys are going to have, because they play full games.
Yeah, it just depends on how the voters look at it. Do you look at it as a senior year award only, or do you look at it as a career award? Because if you look at a career award, it's going to be hard to tough what Tavy's done. Tough to top what Tavy has done over the 5 years now, because he did take the COVID year. When he started as a quarterback at Gayrard County and ran for 1,000 and passed for 1,000, and done what he's done at Boyle County as well. I guess it just depends on how voters look at that as a senior year award or a career award. But I do think, I personally think that Tavy's the front runner. It's going to be tough to beat.
But I'm just scared.
But you're right. Yeah, statistically speaking, there are guys who are going to have probably better stats when you look at them at face value this year because of the running clock issue. Yep. Exactly right. Let's see. This weekend we only have 2 games on the air. I guess 2 games total, because Center's not playing this weekend either. They have a bye.
They got a bye.
Friday night, a rematch of last year's state championship game. Covington Catholic is at Boyle County. That is a 7 o'clock pregame coverage, 7:30 kickoff. We'll have that one on Z105 WRNZ-FM. Saturday, UK's got to win to keep their bowl hopes alive.
Boy, that's a tall task. Number 3, Texas.
At Texas.
Of course, they played a number 1 team named Georgia, too, that they
played them well.
Yeah, played them well.
Went to Oxford and beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
On the road. So, again, who's to say what you get from this Jekyll and Hyde team? Yeah. It was, there were times on Saturday where the game was ugly, but I think one of the positives was seeing how good Cutter Boley played.
Yeah.
LCA guy, and started off at LaRue County, but LCA guy and Cutter Boley, and played really well in his time. So we'll see what happens Saturday. It is a 1:30 pregame, 3:30 kickoff. We'll have that one on Z105, WRNZ-FM, and HometownLive.net. So Boyle County Covington Catholic on Friday night, 7:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock pregame on Z105, and you can just keep your radios on Z105 the rest of the night through the next afternoon for UK, Texas. Yep.
And you'll be good to go with a 2-piece fish dinner. It comes with fries and toast, $4.99, your Harrisburg Dairy Queen. And don't forget, November, regular double cheeseburgers are half price. Thank you, Robert Wagner back at the station. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, TNT, Super Dave, the Padre.
Yeah.
We'll be back here again next Monday night, your Harrisburg DQ. We're going to try to get a hold of that moose and give him a shot or something, put him out of our misery.
Yeah. I hear him again.
Go Rebels, go Wildcats, I think.
There you go.
All right, Robert.
This has been the DQ Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Essity, DQ. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during the football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and hometownlive.net.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM 1420 and now FM 99.5. Now, the news.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio. I'm Brian Shook. President-elect Trump is confirming his plans for mass deportations once back in the White House. A post on Trump's Truth Social platform said the incoming Trump administration is reportedly prepared to declare a national emergency and use military assets for a mass deportation program. Trump responded to the post with simply true.